Hello everyone, welcome back with me Normandita. In this video, I'm gonna share you and we're gonna learn about reference in semantic. Without any further ado, let's go to the PowerPoint. First of all, I wanna share screen first. Sorry. As I said before, in this video, I'm gonna talk about reference in semantic. The first one, we're going to know what is reference and reference expression. Reference. Reference means a person or thing to which a linguistic expression or other symbol refers. A reference is the relationship between parts of language and thing outside the language. For the example of reference is physical object. It is referred to all those large, strong, and wild animals. So in the next slide, we are learn about referring expression. Referring expression is a piece of language, noun phrase that is used in and U-turns and its link to something outside the language. Referring expression is referred to something or someone clearly delimate group or things. For example, we can see the first sentence is Martha called me. It has particular person in mind because the person or we already know who is Martha that called me, or I already know which Martha that called me. And the second one is there's no Martha in this list. It has no particular person in mind. Why? Because maybe in that list there are many Martha's name is in that list, and we cannot specify, or we don't know which Martha that we're going to talk about. So that is reference expression. And the next slide, we are going to know types of referring expression. The first one is indefinite reference. What is indefinite reference? Indefinite reference is reference that use articles in its expression. Article, as we know, the type of article is a, an, and the. And this reference usually use non-uniquely identifying things. For the example, an apple, the picture, and the boy. We can see from the word that and the and boy there is an articles. The second type, another types of referring expression is definite reference. Definite reference is usually use proper name, personal pronoun, and longer descriptive expression, and it used to uniquely identifying things. For the example is that woman. that woman is include on pronouns or determiners. And she or he, it include in personal pronoun. That girl include in definite description. And Aina is the name of person that it include, or we call it as a proper name. So next slide we learn about primary and secondary referring expression. Secondary referring expression. Okay, the first one, primary referring expression. What is primary referring expression? That is a reference that is refer that directly to the reference. The refer directly to the reference. For the example is that John's dog? In this sentence, the word John's is in the sentence is directly refers to the reference, that the reference is John. And secondary referring expression is refers that indirectly to the reference, and the reference can be only determined from the primary expression that used in the context. So in this example, the first example and the second example is related, the sentence is related. And for the secondary example is, that is not his dog. The word his is referred to John, but refer the way the writer refer is indirectly to the referent. The writer used possessive pronoun to refers to the reference. So he used word his to refers that is not John's dog, or that is not his dog. Remember, a referring expression is not a referent. There is no natural connection between referring expression and referent. The existence of referent expression doesn't mean the existence of referent in the world. Two or more referring expressions may refer to the same refers. As example is the sentence, Mark is Johnny's best friend, and the brother of Mark Lee. Sorry. Okay, I'll continue. Mark is Johnny's best friend, and B, say that the brother of Mark Lee. These two different expressions refer to the same person, which Mark. These two sentences talk about Mark. This first one talk that Johnny has a best friend named Mark, and the sentence B means that Mark is the brother of Mark Lee. So even though two different expression or two different sentence, they still refer to the same person, that is Mark. The other example is fiddle and violin. They referring to the same musical tools. Why? Because fiddle is a part of a violin. So fiddle and violin referring to the same musical tools. Nah, next we are learn about extension and intention. Extension. The extension of any lexeme is the set of entities which is denotes. That is indicate its range of applicability by naming the particular object that is denotes or denotation. So in the extension mean a general meaning or general kind of something. For the example is the extension of dogs or dog include collies, Dalmatians, bulldog, poodle, and etc. Means that the extension same like the type of dog include collies, Dalmatian, bulldog, poodle. Even though collies, Dalmatian, bulldog, poodle, etc., there is still a dog. The other one is extension of leg. The type or other the type or the kind of lakes include Lake Ontario, Lake Toba, and etc. Next is intention. The intention of any lexeme is the set of properties shared by all members of the extension. Shared by all members of the extension. The intention of general term on the extension of general term. On the other hand, extension is the set of features which are shared by everything to which it applies. Intention just like description of someone or something. For example, the intention of lake must be a body of water of a certain size surrounded by land. Yeah, we can say that intention just like a description of something. Remember, the extension of hyponym is included in the extension of superordinate. For example, like all collies are dogs because collies is kind or type of dog. Second one is the intention of superordinate is included in the intention of the hyponym. So, as we can see or we learned before about intention, that the characteristic of being a dog is part of characteristic of being collie, because collie is a part of dog, or collie is the types of dog. Next, we'll learn about prototype. Prototype is an object or reference that is considered typical of the whole set. The most characteristic instance of category of prototype, or prototype means the example that has the most features of kind, or prototype. In simple, prototype is category of something, or category of the most characteristic, or prototype is the most characteristic of category. The example of prototype is the extension of bird include robins, eagles, owls, parrot, duck, geese, ostrich, and penguin, and etc. Prototype or good example of category bird is we know that bird is animal that can fly. So the prototype or good example of bird, that animal that can fly, is robins, eagles, owls, and parrot, and etc. And the bad example of unsuitable of category of bird are geese, ostrich, and penguin. Why? Because they cannot fly. We know, that a bird is an animal that can fly, and as a bad example or an unsuitable category of bird is a penguin, because they cannot fly. The next slide is talk about some different kinds of reference. There are three different kinds of reference. The first one is unique and non-unique reference. The second one is concrete and abstract reference. And the last is countable and non-countable reference. First, we have to distinguish between unique and non-unique reference. Unique reference is referring expression has fixed reference when the reference is unique entity or unique set of entities. In unique reference is talk about the fact or something that fixed. For the example is we swam in the Lake Ontario. That in this sentence, it's clear that they swam in the Lake Ontario, not the Lake of Toba, but they swam in Lake Ontario. The next is unique reference is something that is fixed reference. Non-unique reference is the reference expression which has variable. The reference expression which has variable sentence doesn't have content. For example, they swam in the lake. We don't know, or it is like a less informative, like what lake or which lake. They just mention that, sorry, they didn't mention what lake, about what lake or which lake. They just say that they swam in the lake. Second one of different or types of referring is concrete and abstract. Concrete, abstract. Concrete abstract is a denote an object that can be touched or we can see. We can see the object and we can touch the object. For the example is stop, door, chair, stone, windows, and etc. And the other is abstract reference. They cannot be abstract reference is refers that they cannot be perceived directly through the sense. This is not a linguistic difference in itself, but there is nothing in the pronunciation of racine and the reason. For instance, that indicate which lexeme has an abstract denotation and which has a concrete one. So the abstract reference is we cannot see the object, is only in our mind, and we can perceive directly directly through the sense. So let's consider this contrast. First sentence, the key to the front door, the key of success. A bright light, a bright future. See, key and the word key and bird in the sentence first A and 2B have a literal meaning. A literal meaning that is a concrete that we call concrete context. And the words key and bird in the sentence in 1B and 2B have a figurative meaning that is called its abstract content. The key to success is mean that it's not literally key, but it's figurative or connotation meaning. The key to success is just like the step of secret of success is blah 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 blah. And the word a bright future is not literal bright like a lamp or something. That a bright future is the good future or best future, like this. Next, the types of the kind of reference expression is countable and non-countable reference. Both countable and non-countable reference may be concrete or abstract. Concrete countable expression. The items that are separate from one to another, or that can be counted one by one. For example, apples, pens. She ate 2 apples. We can see, or we can count the object. And the abstract countable phrase is have such noun. Just like abstract is something that is not real or something that we cannot see. It's just only in our mind. Just like an idea, a problem suggestion is included in abstract countable phrase. Next is non-countable reference. Non-countable reference, it is a word or phrase which cannot ordinarily be counted one by one, and such a consists of numerous particles not worth counting. Non-countable phrase mean is word or phrases that we cannot count. For example, like apple sauce, we cannot count because it is the shape or of apple sauce. We cannot count it. And there are there are a hair, sand, and something else that we cannot count it. It's mean that which do not consist of natural discrete part. So this is the end of my presentation about reference in semantic. I hope from this presentation can be used for you guys to learn about reference and semantic. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.